Hi folks, welcome back to World of Tanks with the Captain, and I have another tier 8 tank. I had actually purchased this tank previously. This is the Indien Panzer, which is the tank you get after you go through the VKD tanks, 3001 and 3002 Ds. I don't have this tank fully elited, I only have the gun. The gun you can get without doing the tracks or the engine, which is frickin' awesome. So it's got about 212 pen and does about 250 damage. It's really accurate, 0.34. Really bad aim time, it's like 2.9. And I was actually really surprised at how mobile it was, just from like my crew is elited out. Like, it's the crew I had in my 300 battles from my Panzer IV. So my crew is good. They're like a 2-something skill crew. And that really helped with how this tank felt. And it's at this point where I'm looking at the map and going, okay, everyone's kind of going over here. Because I really wanted to go and camp back in A1, A2. But then I was like, okay, we got a Panther in the forest and a bunch of artillery and a Tiger 1 that is... I don't know what he's doing. Our Chaffee looked like it was going to be AFK. So instead of running off over here and just camping, I decided that I was going to hang out kind of in this middle area, because I wasn't going to be the only tank that was shooting into the forest, because that would just mean death for me. So it was at this point I just started getting in position after seeing where the team was going to shake out. I didn't have much support. I really only had the Chaffee artillery, the Tiger 1's fucking off, and the VK-36. Our Panther's already dead. He's been scouted and killed. I don't think he's very happy about what happened either. So it pays to aim fully with this tank. Because it will hit it. You just need to spend that extra half a second to let it aim. I didn't let it aim, and that's why I didn't hit that T69. And there's a house between me and him, and now he's dead. So the only eyes we really have in the forest is the Chaffee, and this VK is looking at something over here. And it's not really very great when nobody goes in the forest. Alright, so we've got an IS-3. And there's a ridgeline here that is stopping me from shooting at him until he gets a little bit too close to the Chaffee. And it's at that point there, he sees the Chaffee, so I'm shooting him in the back of the turret. I'm going to try and hit him as many times as I can. I've got a gun laying drive and a rammer, and I just had a toolbox, so I threw that on. So I'm doing some really nice damage to the IS-3. I'll take a blind shot because I'm pretty sure that one would still go in. And now he's disappeared, which really sucks. So I'm going to back up a little. And our GW Panther is telling everyone how stupid they are. He hasn't even died. Usually the artillery has to die before he starts whining, but again, I didn't aim my shot, and that cost me a hit probably on the KV-4. So we've got the Su-85, and I didn't shoot enough in front of him, and I didn't fully aim. I'm really finding that I need to fully aim at this point, because I missed 2 or 3 shots that I shouldn't have missed, especially that one. And the Su-152 got spotted, and he's burning up, and now he's dead. And there's a Tiger 1 behind me, but I can't really worry about him. We've got enough tanks to deal with that. Okay, I don't really have much support, and I wanted to get further into the heavy buildings. Plus someone spotted the IS-3, so it's kind of incumbent upon me to take him out. I bounced a shot off my upper plate. Bounced another shot there. So that was 3 bounces. I will take that any day of the week in a medium tank. If that was my Centurion, I probably would have been hit. Unless it was in the turret, then it would probably bounce. So I stopped the IS-3 from capping, and now we've got another tank that's capping. So I'm going to try and get in there and spot whoever it is, because I'm the furthest tank forward, and honestly, no one else was going to do it. So I had some good backup back there, and I'm going to aim, fully aim, and a nice 260 roll. And the artillery smacks him around. Feasts on his little TD corpse, and things are looking better now. And then I spot a KV-2, who undoubtedly spotted me, I think. So I'm gonna aim, I'm gonna aim. Pretty average roll to about 250. And then I got hit and the tracks from 2 separate spots at like the same time. So then I was like, fuck this, I need to get behind cover. And I took a shot at the KV-2 on the move, but he bounced it. I guess he's got armor that's like really a lot better than I thought. Really thought that was going to go in on the KV-2. I just wanted to get off the radar at this point, so I'm going to pull back, and I can see the KV-4 is not a very good shot, so I'm going to aim at the Tiger instead. And that shot must have gone up and left over the top of his hull, so I'm going to stop aim again. And the one thing I do like about this tank is it fires 8 rounds a minute, so it reloads in like less than 7 seconds, and I really like that. I'm going to take a vertical stabilizer probably, which it'll probably help with the aim time. So now we're overwhelmingly winning, 13-6. We had enough guys spotting their team in the forest that we were able to just shoot the living crap out of them. And I was kind of thinking that the enemy team was back down here, but they ended up being actually in the forest. So I'm going to come down probably a little bit too low. I could have just ran right in there at that point. But I'm coming around through here. And right at the very end of the game, their best player gets spotted. And just as I'm out to shoot, he gets blown up. And yeah, that was my first game with the Indien Panzer. So as you can see, it pays to fully aim your shots. None of my early aimed clutch shots really worked. But the gun was definitely accurate. It hit exactly what I aimed at when I fully aimed. It just took a little bit of time to do it. This map is a bad example of the versatility of the tank, because I didn't really hardly move or use its speed, but it's actually pretty fast. It does 50. It turns all the turrets pretty quick, and the gun depression is actually -10 to shoot down, and elevation is actually pretty good too. So my very first game in Indien Panzer, and I'm actually pretty impressed. I found the tank handled pretty well for having stock tracks and a stock engine. With 100% crew, it's actually pretty nice. So all in all, I think I'm going to probably enjoy this tank. To me, it's probably going to feel a bit like the Centurion, with probably less. The turret won't be as good, but I think the mobility will be a bit better. And yeah, so I was pretty impressed. And that was a 2200 something damage game in my very first game, and ended up being top on the team as far as damage. So thanks for watching my first game in the Indien Panzer. Auf Wiedersehen.